everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm glad you're here. Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 quick and simple cards using the stamp set called Succa for You. It's got all these succulents and some great sentiments, okay? So we're going to make 3 cards. So I'm kind of doing this assembly line style. I have avocado cardstock, black cardstock, and white daisy. So I'm going to start out by cutting avocado at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this will be my card base size. So I'm going to do 3 of them. So we'll cut those out. It's going to be a A2 side fold card. And then I'm going to cut some black, and this is going to be at 4 by 5 1/4 so that I can leave a border of avocado around the black. Do 3 of those. And then I'll do 3 white daisy, just a smidge smaller than the black. So it's about 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So that I can leave a tiny black border around that white daisy. And it really does make a big difference to add that black cardstock in there. Okay, so I have 3 of those. Now we're ready to do a little stamping. Okay, so I have everything already mounted onto the blocks, and I'm going to start out with this succulent image and just kind of put it at the top area of the card. Not really measuring things out, just kind of eyeballing it. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment underneath that says thank you. And then I have some toffee ink, and I'm going to stamp this little stamp. Looks like dirt, so I'm going to stamp on either side of the succulent image. Okay. All right, next one, I'm going to stamp another one. This is a different, I think it looks like a yucca plant. These are desert southwest plants. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And it's going to be thank you again. And then I'm putting it a little bit over to the left because I'm going to stamp kind of underneath and to the right the stamp that says my friend. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp some dirt on either side of the yucca. And then my third card. It's another succulent image. And these plants, you see them when you're driving through the desert on the side of the road, and they kind of have these flower shooters out the top. I wasn't exactly sure where, so that's why I'm kind of keep deciding where to put that. But I finally decided on there. Okay. And then my sentiment is going to say, you brighten my day. So I'm going to stamp that below. And then I'll stamp some dirt on either side. Okay. All right, so I've brought some scratch paper in. But before I do that, I need to clean up some little smudges on the bottom of that panel. And before I use my scratch paper, I'm going to bring a journaling pen in. This is a 0.5 journaling pen, and I'm just going to doodle some lines and create a border around the edges of this white daisy panel. So just be brave. They're not going to be perfectly straight, and that's the beauty of doodling. Just draw your line and just go for it. So I'm just drawing my borders around each of these panels. It adds a nice touch to the design of the card. Okay, so now I'm ready to bring in my scratch paper, and it helps when you put it underneath your white daisy panel when you're using your tri-blends. So I've sped this up super fast. We'll go through the coloring of this first one, and then I'll skip ahead. So the easiest way to use the tri-blends is start with the lightest color, then go to the darkest color and do a little shading. And the stamped image kind of shows you where to put that color down. And then you go to your middle color and kind of flick the color from the dark out into the light, and then you go over again with your light. So you just go back and forth and work in little sections so that the ink remains wet while you're working with it so it all blends together. Super quick and cute. So I've skipped ahead now. I've done all three. Put color down, and I've got my 3 card bases. Okay, so fold into that ridge in the center of your card base. And then I'm going to put down my avocado panel. So I'm using some of the Tombow tape runner to place each one of these down. Super quick cards, but I really like the simplicity of the design. Okay, then I'm going to mount each of these art panels on the black. So this stamp set is found in the January-February catalog. And since it's just the stamp set and no thin cuts, it will be available beyond the life of the catalog. And I will make a list of all the supplies that I used for these cards with links in the description below. Okay, so now I have some craft foam, and I'm just cutting it down to be approximately the size of my black cardstock panel. And then I'm going to glue each down with some of the Tombow white glue. It works really well with craft foam. It's going to pop this panel up just a smidge. And the craft foam keeps it all even, so it stays flat. Okay, and then I'm going to mount that on top of the avocado and leave that border. Okay, now I've skipped ahead and I've done all 3. And for the last touch, making sure they're all flat. Okay, so for the last touch, I'm going to add some of these acrylic flowers. So I've got the smallest ones and a couple of different shapes. So I'm going to lay them out, and they get attached with glue dots. So this one I'm going to put 3 down below and center them. And then those others on each side of the thank you sentiment. Okay, so now I'm going to attach them all with glue dots. We'll skip ahead in a second. Okay, there you have it, all 3 cards. Quick and simple, but fun, I think. So here's some close-up shots. So I appreciate you watching my video today. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click on that subscribe button, and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. I have quite a few in the library there. I would really appreciate it. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Got a few more close-up shots. I think this set of cards turned out really fun. I hope you give it a try. And thanks for watching.